Hi guys, welcome. It's the first, the 1st of December has passed already. It's the 2nd, but yesterday we had the release of the ArcoLinux ISO and also the release of all our ISOs. Now, ArcoLinux provides us every single day of the month with a ISO, and it's already in here. It's inside VirtualBox. But yes, we do have also a little app that says AAG, if we can launch it, ArcoLinux application based on Glade, which is an AAG. And we have here the create your personal ArcoLinux ISO. If I press the button, it goes build, it uses the Arch ISO and Erlang configuration to build the official ArcoLinux ISO. But I've downloaded mine. Downloaded mine from arcolinux.org, and it's in my virtual machine, and we're gonna go for another installation. I've done already many videos about it, so we start off with ArcoLinux XL in the beginning, and maybe you can navigate your way through other desktops and maybe eventually ArcoLinux D, which can be a minimal and system or operating system where you use scripts or use Calamares, but in the end, wouldn't it be great if you ended up with the possibility, the knowledge to use Arch, so the black screen, and make your decisions on that operating system, on that OS, and build up again a Garuda or a EndeavourOS look or a ArcoLinux look or your look, right? Your choices, your apps and your configurations. And that's basically what we do also with ArcoLinux Nemesis. So the github.com/eric_ArcoLinux Nemesis. Take control. Use Arch as a basis via any of these ArcoLinux based operating systems, and then say, I'll do my thing, right? But you can start if the knowledge is there and the patience is there and the time is there, and you got maybe some script there. ArcoLinux as a basis, maybe in the future, right? So this is what it's all about. This is Arch, and every single month, every first of the month, it comes out, and then it's up to you. This is what you start with, and then off we go. I need my Azerty keys, so figure out what keys that you need. Load keys. And now I have Azerty, which I'm very happy about. And then there is this script that you can use. The Arch install script is an interesting script. I've made videos on, I think I've put them on ArcoLinuxISO.com. There are other people having scripts to install Arch Linux. Well, partitioning, formatting, putting stuff there, right? Scripts. But this is the official script from Arch. It's on there. I don't have to download anything. It's already on the ISO. And we're going to use this one. English is a good idea to do, but there is more, as you see. And if you press a / you can choose more and more and more, and start typing with the / you type and it searches for you. But English is for me, okay? Here I'll show you how the / works. So if you say / and I want Sweden, I just type SWE and I get Sweden, where my Osbeck is, which is one of the better guys. So enter, back. So that's defined, and it's Sweden. Okay, back. Localis, it's gonna be US keyboard layout, and I think nope, right? BE Latin 1. It's for me. There are other, as you see, other configs there. Language is cool, and all that is cool. This configuration, use best of effort, sure. Right, this is the loop 0. I don't want that. I want really the official, the virtual hard disk from VBox. Often I take this one, so let's do some other stuff. XFS, for instance. Now, I wonder, was this not the problem? Was this not the guy that had the problem with XFCE with grub? Now I'm gonna go for system deboot anyway. So let's test it out, right? So test what works for you. Normally I take this one, so maybe I'll take F2FS. No disk encryption. I don't want grub on this thing. There are other things I haven't tested yet, so maybe venture my way in something else. Never heard about Limine. FE-stub, yes, but let's take this one. Unified kernel images, false. That's new, I think. That's, I think, new, right? So we need to figure it out. There is a GitHub Arch install where you can read what's going on. So no, I'm gonna use the general code. Kernel image, swap true. Well, it's basically a virtual machine, so no, not needed. Root password, very simple password. User account, add user, Americ, password, password. Super user, yes please. Confirm and exit. Profile, type, desktop, and choose something, right? Normally I choose XFC, so this is a day of surprises. What day is an option? i3, I don't know how it will, what config they'll use, but I know the default config of i3 is bare, minimal, black. I'll get a bar, not knowing if any of the key bindings will work. So having a desktop seems like the better approach in this way. Hyperlink don't do it in VirtualBox, so that's not interesting for me either. We could have deeping, which is a complete big one. How about Cinnamon, right? Changing things up a little bit and say, okay, I'm gonna take this one, enter. Open source, sure, because hey, I am not on, I'm on VirtualBox, so this will work. I've used it all the time, but you can also use VirtualBox. Graphics driver, LightDM, maybe go for Slick Reader. Like I said, let's change things up a little bit. See what happens. Audio, no audio, Pipewire, first in choice. Linux, changing things up for Linux Zen. Network configuration, use network configuration, voila. Use network manager, time zone, another option, so Brussels is my choice here. And we're done. And then you check, maybe you forgot something, and that might be, but I don't think so. We can add additional packages. What we could try, if you desire a web browser such as Firefox or Chrome, you may specify the following prompt. What I don't think it's gonna do is install stuff from AOR. So if you want that, then maybe a Riser is a better project for you, where the package builds, well, the scripts that are used to install Arch also includes anything from AOR, and Paru is there for you to help. So Firefox is the one I like. It's on the sudo pacman -s Firefox, so Arch knows it. It's not from AOR, and off we go. So a lot of things I've mixed up or changed up, did differently as in other videos, and it might go wrong, right? Totally wrong. And then you decide to reboot again, other choices, and try. Now, one of the things I've forgotten, too bad, right? And I can show you already in right control in VirtualBox, right control F2. Here we are as login, enter, 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 enter. How about root? There you go. What I would do is before launching everything, and I forgot again, to go to etcpacman.conf. For some reason, Arch keeps the hashtag there. I know that my download is good for 20 parallel downloads. My installation goes so much faster. If I do first this, parallel downloads equals 20, yes, and then install Arch Linux. So Control F1 and we're back. So there are different TTYs, look it up, TTY, and then you can actually enter with a root and do your thing there and see what's going on the system while it's doing its thing, right? It's busy here. And in the meantime, I can have a look here maybe and see what's on the system ls. So ls from root, and somewhere he mounted this SSD, this virtual hard disk, and it's putting everything on there. Okay, time to wait. The download is maybe using the 20 at this point in time. It might be, it feels like it's faster now. So let's see, maybe we see some proof that they're using 20 parallel downloads, because it's going. This is LightM Slick Reader. Oh, we're done already. Would you like to shoot into? No, thank you very much. And then reboot. So it seems that afterwards it's gonna reload again. And here we have the issue, right? All right. Wow. So as you see, we are here. This seems very much like the fact that we're booting inside the live DVD again. So the way to boot up the EFI that I've chosen seems to be not working automatically. Maybe I should do something, I don't know, right? And then if you're stuck with certain choices that you've made, you go and have a look. So yes, this is back to default, right? So changing things up, all good, but it might be a waste of time. It might be that you say, that's not working. Let's first have a look at that one, so I can show you that having 20 of them is a bit faster. And let's go for Arch install again. So this time around I'll do the choice of the boot, the system boot I'll take. Locales, keyboard. If you do this a lot of times, you get faster in this. Back to F2F, I don't think that's the problem. The problem is the bootloader. We've taken Limine or something, right? So I know that this one is gonna work, this one is gonna work. That one I haven't tried, so sure. Let's see. Why not waste life? And then let's go for passwords. Ow. Okay, now I've done it. Confirm and exit, profile, type, desktop. We were going to try Cinnamon. Did we? Yes, we did. But then graphics driver, we can keep this. Slick Reader, yes. Back. Audio, Pipewire. Kernels was Linux. We thought taking Zen. Network, time zone. Belgian, Brussels, Eric, not Belgium. So let's type again Brussels. Voila. We wanted to have other packages. Let's see, Firefox. That's it. Why is this guy say Linux? Ah, okay. So both of them, can I say that one not and that one yes? Seems I can. Okay, install. Go for it, my friend. This is what you do. You play around, maybe better in a VirtualBox than on Real Metal. While you watch some videos or do some stuff, you try out the config that you like to have on your Real Metal thing. And here we have 20 parallel downloads. This goes faster. Certainly goes faster with all these small ones. There's Linux 10. Yes, this morning there was a new ArcoLinux keyring. He's installing that one now. Here's Linux 10, make init CPIO. If you don't like all these warnings, possibly missing firmware and so on, sudo pacman-s make init cpo minus firmware, and then you get all these in. You won't see them anymore. They're just warnings. Pipewire is flashed by, Firefox is installed here. With 20 parallel downloads, it's a bit faster. Metacity is there, Blues is there, so Bluetooth. Another new file to boot up, the boot folder there. Here's Lightium Slick Reader. There we are. Okay, reboot, let's see. So, might be a waste of time again. That's why we're here, to test. Seems like it is. But this time around, I'm gonna test. No, it's not. Haha. Eric, you did not see it. So that's good. That's the Slick Reader. Control F and Control F does not make it bigger. That's something else. VirtualBox recognition. How big is my screen? Control F. Does not respond. Now, it doesn't matter because we got ourselves an administration button thingy. This one, I guess. System settings. Yeah, the icons are the default ones. That's better. So we've got ourselves something, right? We got ourselves cinnamon. Duff is something I'd like to install and show I'm on this particular formatting system. Sudo pacman-syyuu means I get 2 repositories. That's it. I do have Firefox, so that's working. But Paru and Yay and Tryzen and so on, right? Nothing from the AOR is possible to be installed right now. So this is what we have. If we want to stick to pure Arch, you can try and find some icons, right? Are there icons somewhere? Paper is an icon. Papyrus are icons. The question is, of course, is the bash completion there? Because I do like my bash completion. I don't have to type, I don't have to know the names 100%. I need to know the beginning of the names, but that's it. Let's do a restart. Zen was there, okay. That formatting was F2FS, I saw. It was quick. So with a Duff would be better. Now we see it actually. Maybe there are commands, I'm not sure. LS block, if he's gonna show it. Not really, right? There are commands to know. I'm on X4, X3 and so on. But I'd like to install Duff because I want to have Yay and Paru anyway. Wallpapers probably are there as well. It's not nice to have this wallpaper, so that's better already. Icons, fine. So sudo pacman-s, and then you can try icon. Okay, so that's not it. You need to know a name, like Numix maybe is there. We have it on our repo. Papyrus is one of those guys. That's one that's available pure Arch, right? Only 2 repositories. And you know if paper is still existing there, because it always changes, right? What ArcoLinux decides to put on their repos changes all the time. Sometimes it comes from AOR to Arch, then you can do sudo pacman-s, but sometimes they throw it out again, and then you need Yay and Paru again, right? Because you can't, it's not on the repos of Arch anymore. So just a quick test for myself. So pub, that's it. There is papyrus icon theme, but the paper icons are not there. So we choose this small thing there. That's the button to have the themes, to have Advaita, cool, buttons, nice, Advaita, papyrus, dark, and cinnamon, that's it, right? So we got this, that's better. So now we know that there indeed, the system settings are those guys. And then you keep on installing stuff. Add, remove. I don't know if there's one I would like. There is Numix Cinnamon Transparent, I see. We are sorted by stars, how many people like it. But that is not the way I do things, right? I like to decide myself rather than follow others. But anyway, okay, you have a look. So Numix Cinnamon Semi-Transparent. So that's this one. And that looks already quite different, right? Quite different. And sometimes there is more. So take a look here, click there. Now our icon theme is called Bibata. I suppose this is not there. Should go back on -s, B something. These are all the B guys. Bitcoin, Bitwarden, BirdFont. So there are lots of stuff you can actually investigate, install. But Bibata is not here. So next up is, how do I get my Yay Paru in here? I do have Firefox already. So Firefox is here. How to install Yay on Arch, right? And you go and have a look and say, okay, how do we do that? How to install Yay on ArcoLinux? First one, and then you have a look. Installing Yay on ArcoLinux. Agree. Super Pacman that. They say we need to get this. And then we get an Yay step clone. We clone something and we build something. Copy. Okay. So we go for, well, first of all, Git is not installed, so we won't get it. So get Git, Ctrl-Shift-V, then you can git clone, ls, then you go into Yay, ls, and there's a package build. You type make package, and then -si, enter. So it's gonna get go, sure, go get go. It's gonna get this. Now there are other guys, there is Yay bin, there is Yay git, with all these guys are on our system. So we can do Yay -s, Yay Bibata, right? Our cursor. There is number one, Bibata cursor theme. He's gonna get Bibata cursor theme from AOR. I'm gonna build it. So building is longer, takes longer than installing something that has been pre-built for you, and that's on a repo where you can just say sudo pacman -s. But it feels quite matrix-like, right? Right, nerdy to have all this text pass, fly by and say, oh, build it myself, yes. But basically, right, that's all we do. Put the CPU to work and say, go build it. I actually wonder, Cinnamon backgrounds, there are so many more backgrounds when you install Linux Mint. Well, I guess they're not on the default Arch. that's just the one. Ah, there they are. Blobs. Drool. Let's go for drool. The word alone, right? So we've got our bibata. Bibata. Where is that again? Is that here or was it somewhere else? Let's see. Themes. The icons, the mouse cursor. We take this one, but this is also a nice one. A sharp white one. There you go. Now I just said to my beta tester that I'm gonna test out ArcoLinux, right? This is ArcoLinux. So sudo pacman -s. I've got an idea. In ArcoLinux, we've changed our code. Well, we added some fun basically to the bash RC. In the end, we added high fetch. We can do this here as well. High fetch, neo fetch, that one as well. Like so. And then we run high fetch. Make this bigger. I'm gonna go for rainbow. Actually, I can just enter, 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 enter. And then there you go. I got myself something strange. This is a rainbow kind of look of Arch. Really don't like the look of it. So it's too white. As you know, I'm all for darker looks. And then you go look and say, okay, I like to have other colors, built-in schemes here. GNOME Dark would be making me happy already. But I do like transparency, but this is GNOME Terminal, and GNOME Terminal, I think by default gave it up. They gave it up and say we don't want transparency by default in their app, which is too bad, but okay, choices of the developers, right? But there is one, yay, GNOME Terminal Transpa is enough of transpa is enough. There is the one, GNOME Terminal Transparency. So if you install this one, I think you'll be able, you have to overwrite one with the other. That's no problem. But at least you get a GNOME terminal again that's gonna be black. Something happened to a screen because of it. Don't forget it. Do you want to remove this one before this one? Yes, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye. So this terminal is gone and this one is here. So edit, preferences, colors, and when we get this transparent background, which I like, right? A little bit see-through is nicer. Now in the general, I need to say show menu bar by default off, and the rest is, I think, cool enough. Or just take something else, right? Tango dark, Solarize dark. I think GNOME Dark was not a bad choice. That's the theme. That's my choice. Other choices? Close. So this bar up here is now less big with all these buttons and all that. My bash RC is so empty. Control H. My bash RC is so empty. And it has the wrong editor. Completely wrong editor. So, my dear friends, sudo pacman -s and then an editor. Micro is an editor, for example. Very small little thing we've discovered when creating Hyperland. But normally I would install Sublime Text, that's coming from EA. this is it, micro, little thing. And here I say hi fetch, save it, stop it, and then it opens up and I get this. Now the design, the window is a little bit too small, so I'm gonna go for right mouse click, preferences, and I use normally like 90 and 30 I think as the default size. So when I open it up again, a new one, it's a bit bigger and it fits nicely. The text I want to see fits more or less nicely into it. Here's a DWA and so on. This is good enough, big enough for me. And there we go. We have already lots of things. One of the things we have not tested is the sound maybe. So there is YouTube. Maybe you've heard about it. And there's a video here. And you see if the sound is working. Have a look here. So sound settings, and see if everything is holding up. Input is working, the sounds are working, all kinds of things. And yes, it's working. So sound is installed. DUF. Remember that we did some strange stuff. So sudo pacman -s DUF. There is DUF bin, DUF git we used to have, but I think these days we only have DUF. Yep, only DUF. So what is DUF? This. So now you know that I have a root, I have a boot. This one is in F2FS, this one is in FAT32 or VFAT. And my ISO is still in there from ArcoLinux and some other special devices. But this is the thing to take a look at. So I'm on F2FS. And if you reboot, you see that. We could actually do another big installation. Gparted is a word you should remember. If you want to investigate partitions, hard disk at a deeper level, how you say that, at the level that you really know all the partitions hidden and so on of your system, you can visually see it, but not only visually see, also delete stuff, right? Format stuff, delete stuff, create partition tables, a lot you can do with Gparted. So that's the elements I did. I did do another thing, right? I think in the boot system I changed something. So let's have a look and walk through file system. In boot there is this. So this I need to investigate. I've never installed option 3 in Arch installed, so not system deboot, not grub. There was a third one. I'll have to watch the video again for the name. And the last one failed for us in the first installation. So somehow, right, I'm now booting up with a config of an application, and it has to be somewhere in here, right? Maybe it's in here. So that's for after the video. Now, what I also wanted to test is the new ArcoLinux Glade I just put out. So yay, there is something called actually ArcoLinux. Let's see what is on the AUR, what people have put there already. There is the one ArcoLinux App Glade, so that's the one I want to test out. There's the ArcoLinux Logout, which actually does not exist anymore, guys. It's the ArcoLinux Logout. And there's the ArcoLinux Beta Lock Screen, doesn't exist either. So basically, I want number one. Okay. Now, why do I want this one? It gives us lots of opportunities, stuff to do. I built one this morning. I mean, I want to test it, right? So if I'm on Arch and I want to go faster maybe, then I can run AAG. And what can I do with this app? First of all, I can build any of our 40 ISOs. Just with click and click, right? I can create a personal ArcoLinux ISO that I've used. It's still in there. It's still in my system. The ISO of ArcoLinux.org. But I can build it between days, right? Between the first and the end of the month, I can always build with the latest kernel, with the button create. I can build my personal Arizer ISO with create. Okay, that's building. I can unclean the Pacman cache. I can fix keys, apply the best servers, which basically I'd like to have. These are one of the best servers, or 5, 1, 2, 6, 7 servers that are really the best in the world. Okay, done. If there are problems with keys, ArcoLinux keys, the mirror list, you can install them. So what I'll get is extra stuff. I'm gonna add test repo, basically Control T. I update my system, which does not exist yet. That's an alias on ArcoLinux. Sudo pacman -syyuu. I've got more. And as you see, I get also the last version in. So from our repo. So repo. 3 extra repos. Normally these guys are at the top before core extra. So if you're on Arch, it'll be put it on the bottom and you decide whether you move it or not. So the new ArcoLinux appglade comes in. Basically it's this one, right? So I'm not gonna shut down and reboot this thing. We can remove some stuff here, install packages from file, install the Arch Spices application. You can use that as well. That's the same thing for the keys. So I don't need it here because I've already installed the keys and the mirror list. Install ArcoLinux Tweak Tool. That's something I could do. So the latest, newest of today is being installed, and it's basically coming locally. So if you install one app, it all comes in. The tweak tool, if installed, will come later on in there. But I think it's still busy, or we actually do need something. No, it's finished. It's now installed, so it will take a while. It's a big application, and we have liftoff. We have ArcoLinux Tweak Tool. We can do anything with our ArcoLinux system via these guys. Design, I can install some Arc themes, install the selected theme, is now installed. Desktop, I do like my CHDWM, so why not get it and install it? Done. And it goes on, right? You have to wait a little bit here. It's retrieving the packages, and we wait for a black button that comes up. Hey, it's installed. Say HDWM has been installed. And it goes on. Like for instance, Bash RC. That's already okay, but install the ATT Bash RC configuration, which means Control T update. That works. Scale. That works if I type 2 double L's. And it goes on. All these little things that we like and love on ArcoLinux, we can have it here. Terminal fun, high fetch. Why not use lolcat as well, or use paleo fetch? High fetch is out, lolcat is in. That takes a while because it's a lot of packages to have a nice coloring system. Voila, like this. You see, each time there's another coloring system. So let's see, Bash RC is a bit strange. It has 2 of them now. All right, so that's good. Long list. So this guy needs to go out. Help him in a little bit. Save. So we've got that. The tweak tool. We can do some scripting here, which is get the ArcoLinux Nemesis scripts and provide a probe link. So if you want to have a look at how easy it is in life to have actually an easy way to install an operating system, then this is a good code. If you want to learn about bash scripting, well, I don't say it's perfect, but it works, right? It just does the work. You just say number 0 and you run the thing, and it wants to know, do you want to install CHDWM? Maybe you can't read it, it's a bit dark here. So this guy, do you want to install CHDWM in your system? Yes, no, it's already there, so I say no. And it goes on and on, and it removes all kind of drivers I don't want, and then gets software that I do want, and so on. It also sets the design. It's gonna change XFCE, and it's gonna change Cinnamon if I say that it should change it, right? It has to be scripted, and then fine, everything is gonna work. And this is the fun. Well, the reason why I fell in love with Arch is that it's modular. It feels like I can play like it with like Lego, like blocks. I get a lot of blocks and elements that I can use, and I can switch around, and I can remove this, add that, and it feels like I'm in control because I just make my choices. And in the end, that's basically what distros are all about. People making choices. Say, I want to have this or that to boot up, or to have a desktop, or applications and configurations and so on. And we're all personal, we're all individuals, and you decide what you put on there. The only thing we do at ArcoLinux is say, look, that's possible. You decide whether you do it or not, right? So there you go, another video on Arch, and the video is 42 minutes, which is not too much, but in the end, there is so much to choose from. There are so many designs, like these guys, right? So add and remove, we can have another go at designing things. 1 hour is long enough for me for a video, but there is so much more that people say, I like it. Maybe you like something dark, so you type dark. Maybe you like something transparent, so you type transparent. There's a simple dock. There's semi-transparent, there is transparent. See blue. Let's go for blue. Allez. See blue themes. We have all this. In the meantime, we have also our dark. And the sea blue was this. Okay, that's quite transparent. No, you can't change anything in particular. You need to go to the code, right? It's not just click and change. No, it's inside the code. Dark mode. Prefer dark mode. And go on. So I can also remove this. I'm not a fan of that, so there you go. Elegance, no idea. And then you go for elegance. Elegance. Oh, there he is. Sure. A little bit too much shadow, a little bit too big. Found there are still things to play with, like the panel settings. And make this a bit smaller in size, in height. A bit too much for my taste. How about 30? Show and hide all these things. Okay. Done. So it really is, as usual, a personal preference, and you decide whether you do stuff. This one can be dragged. Remember, at some point in time, XFCE got an update, and we could not drag it anymore. Done. So I do hope the developers XFCE say, nah, maybe it was not a good idea to do that, and put it back. So this is now installed. And we're midst installing, right? GNU is there, so the GIMP is there, Inkscape is there, Flameshot. Discord, Chromium, InSync, Qubit, Telegram, Office, nothing other, Melt, GitHat, Gitfind, programming, sound, VLC is my go-to, and Spotify, administration, preferences. You decide what thing you type for sudo pacman -s, right? Vivaldi, Visual Studio, they're all choices. And this is what I make in ArcoLinux Nemesis, choices. So copy paste what we have, change it to anything you want to have, put it on your own GitHub, GitLab, Gitbucket, anywhere, git clone it and run it after a clean installation of Arch and build it up. That can be fun as well, rather than getting something from somebody called Garuda, EndeavourOS, ArcoLinux, and so on, who made decisions for you. Decide to use ArcoLinux. See it as a Lego blocks and build up whatever you want. That can be fun too, but maybe not yet. Gather information, knowledge on ArcoLinux and so many other tutorials out there and do your thing with it. Alright, cheers.